Hey everybody, this is another quick video from DIY Dad. Today, I'm fixing another dryer. Fixed that guy already, gonna fix the one upstairs. Dryers are simple if you know what you're doing. Stay with me. Alright guys, what I'm going to show you today is how to fix a dryer that stopped heating. So the dryer works fine, everything's kosher with it, but hey, it's not throwing out heat. This is the second dryer. This is our upstairs dryer that we've had done this. And it's actually a pretty easy fix, so I thought I'd just make a quick video, a couple videos and put them together and show you. It starts with taking this thing apart. Now, my dryer is completely taken apart. This is a Whirlpool, but you don't really have to do this. The only reason I did this is because when I took it apart, this Whirlpool actually has a bottom segment here that has 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. This bottom part comes off. And you would be able to access the heating element, which sits right in there. I'll show all this to you in a second. And what connects to the heating element right there, or the fuse. This thermal fuse, almost all the time, it's the thermal fuse. In this example, my actual heating element is broken, and I'll show you that in a second. But you can access all of this with just taking this bottom cover off on this Whirlpool. The problem is, I got in there, and this whole thing was loaded with lint. I mean, terribly loaded with lint, dangerously loaded. And so the heating element going out was actually, glory be to God, a blessing in disguise, because what I found out was, and what you can see that I'm doing here, is I'm re-gluing a new felt seal on the drum. The back seal of my drum had come off. I didn't know it. The kids do the laundry up here, and it wasn't making any noise. It just was letting all the lint get down in here. So I had to vacuum that out all real good. Just finish that up. But it starts with getting into it. So a lot of the dryers you can get in through the bottom, just like this. If not, this top panel will come right off. There's some screws. It's sitting right here. It all comes off on the back. So mine had 3 screws on the back of it that held it on, and it pops off. The LG downstairs that we have, same story. The back of it comes off. You can take the front off, screw here, screw here, screw here. Same side, and you can pop the whole front cover of this off. The LG was the same way. And that way you can access the internal guts, if you will, to fix it. It's really an easy fix. Dryers, there's not much to them. And so what it is, and I'll show you, this is the bag that I bought. The felt seal came in, so I'm gluing on the seal right now. You can see that's an easy fix. With this, I went ahead and got an OEM one because it fit perfect, but this glue is legit. So I'm gluing the seal back on. But here's the heating element. It sits in this housing right here. Okay, and this is the back of it. You can see, man, I was moments away from a fire. This is a big deal. So this actually sits in like here, shazam, like that, and the heating element goes inside of it. So you can actually access this all through that bottom door. Just pops right out. And this is the heating element. So this heating element sits inside of this guy, right? And this one, you can test this for continuity, and if you don't know what continuity means, don't worry. It just means, hey, it's broken. You can see right here, right there, right on my finger, this thing was broken. So if you had a multimeter, and you don't have to have one, but if you had a multimeter and connected to one end and the other end, if it doesn't circuit all the way through, you've got a break. No continuity is what that's called. Anyway, this guy's broken. So that's not common. That's what happened in my example. I bought this guy, brand new replacement, also OEM, and that sits in here, sorry. And I'll show you in the video when I clean this up and put it back together how this all looks. But this guy was sitting inside of here, all covered with lint, dangerous. Here's the replacement fuse that I bought. Since I'm in here, I'm like, might as well get another fuse. So I put a new felt seal on the back of it. I got a new heating element, and I got a new thermal fuse right here. I've spent $80 on all of these parts. The most expensive being the heating element itself, which was like right at 50, I think. And I don't know, it'll take me about an hour and a half to do this. And most of it's just putting it together and piecing it apart. So it's not hard. Don't go buy another $700 dryer when your dryer starts driving. Or, you know, a guy that's going to take you an hour or 2 hours to repair, it's going to charge you $100 an hour to do it too. So it's not hard. A dryer is a very simple machine. It really is. And most of the time it's that fuse. That fuse is right there, easily accessible. If not, it's the heating element. Down on my LG, the same thing happened, and it actually was these guys over here, which I won't get into detail on those, but I had one of those go bad. And so it was an easy fix too. Checked it for continuity, it didn't have it, so clearly that's what the problem was. But it's very simple fixes. It's just getting it apart and putting it back together. So I'll show you when I get it put back together what it looks like. Okay, a bit of progress going back together. There's a metal clip that goes on the back of this. That coil is down here on the inside, you can see. And just 2 screws on each side that put the housing back together. One little piece of advice, always take a picture of your wiring. With modern phones, there's no reason not to. That way you know how to hook it back up. But wiring hooked back up, and pedestal secure down here. So that's how the heating element housing went back in. Now I'll put this is a spring loaded, obviously, for the belt. So I'll put the drum back in, put the belt on, and then I'll start reassembling. I'll show you the finished product. I also replaced this fuse right here. But she's done, I just gotta put her back together. And here we go, nearly finished product before I put the bottom and the top back on. I started it up, reconnected all these things come out. Just, again, I would say just take a picture of this stuff. It's really pretty easy, but you know, to remind yourself, take a picture. Connection, 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 and one connector. And this thing pulls up, but got it all connected back together. I think the hardest part of all of this is putting the belt back on, because there's a tension pulley at the bottom and getting it set in there right. It can be a bit of a pain in the butt, but you can see that coil glowing back there. That's what heats it up, guys. That's what makes your dryer warm. So she's running and everything looks good, so I'm gonna finish it up. And there's your finished product. So there's 4 screws on the bottom of this guy, a screw here and here on each side of this whole housing assembly that the tub sits in and it sits against. And this just pops back in. And then the top piece has a screw back here and a screw back here that just holds that in place. But that's all going to be a little bit different per, again, this is a Whirlpool Duet. They're all going to be a little bit different, but they're mostly the same. My entire tool arsenal for this was a 1/4-inch nut drive on a dollar store, screwdriver, pair of pliers, flathead, and a Phillips. That's all I needed, and a shop vac because I had tons of lint in there. So that's how easy it is to fix your dryer, folks. Works like a champ, ready to rock and roll. Success.